Hello, everybody. I'm Kate Kunkel, and I'm so happy to have you here on our Brain Health Matters Wednesday Facebook Lives. I'm a brain health mentor and author of Don't Let the Memories Fade, which is a holistic guide to preventing dementia and creating a healthier, more vibrant future. In this series on Facebook Live, I'm inviting experts in their field to share their tips and techniques to help you protect your health and your mind. And today we have with us Tammy Goen. Welcome, Tammy.
Good morning. Well, afternoon for you, I guess.
Yes. Anyway, good Wednesday. How's that? Tammy is a holistic life coach and energy healer. She loves helping people reduce stress and anxiety and release unhelpful beliefs and programming. Wow, I'm sure there are a lot of people who can use your help, Tammy. Tammy is also a certified emotional freedom technique, which is tapping practitioner. She uses it to help people remove blockages of all kinds and is sharing it with us today as one of the powerful tools we can use ourselves to deal with stress, pain, and emotional struggles. Welcome again, Tammy. So happy to have you here.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So I imagine many people know, but for those who don't, who might be watching, what is tapping and how does it work?
Yeah, so tapping is the easiest way to conceptualize it, I think, is to think of like acupressure or even acupuncture without needles.
Okay.
So it's based on the idea that everything is energy, including emotions and pain and all of the things that we struggle with. They're connected with our energy system. So we can get blockages that develop throughout our system. And EFT or tapping helps to combine both whatever those things are that are going on with our energy system or our meridians, which like an acupuncturist would choose points on those for the needles. We don't need to have needles. But if you do a full protocol for tapping, you actually hit at least one point on each of those meridian points as you're going.
Realize that's what it was doing.
Okay. So it's not just random, just point anywhere on your body kind of thing. It's specific points, and there are actually lots of extra ones. If you're working with a practitioner or something, and you get stuck or something, they might say, oh, let's use this one too. But so there's some kind of the basic ones, and if you use all of those, then you're hitting all of those meridian points. And so the idea is that you're allowing your energy to free up, to unblock, so that your systems, all of your body systems, can function more effectively. So it can be very helpful for anxiety and stress and tension, as well as pain, specific pain. Or it can, it's used for if you have a annoying habit that you want to get rid of, or anything that you want to just create change.
I used it myself.
It can help
for patience, because I'm not the world's most patient person, and I've actually tried to use it many times for that when I find myself in a situation where I'm just not being as patient as I should be. Sure. And I shouldn't use that word should I? It's not a valuable word. But anyway, when I feel that it would be better for me to be more patient, I do use it, even if it's in a grocery store. And I know the people here must think I'm absolutely out of my mind sometimes, but I didn't realize the procedure or why it was I was tapping those points. I just sort of learned to do it.
And an FYI for you or anybody else also is that because it's all energy and we are energetic beings, intention is the primary motivating factor, the success factor, all that is intention. So while we do the points as we go, physically, for example, if you have, like I use it for headaches. That's my go for headaches. So sometimes, if you have a headache, even though we're not tapping hard, that might not be very comfortable for people. Like, I don't want to tap on my head when I've got a headache. So you can just like massage those points or just hold those points. But because of intention, we also can imagine that we are tapping, visualize that we are tapping on all those points, but not even actually move. So if you're in the grocery store and you don't want people to look at you weird, you can say, you can kind of, just zone off for a minute, and imagine, okay, this is where I'm tapping, this is what I'm saying, this is where I'm tapping, but not actually physically tap.
Physically doing it. So it's kind of like you can do distance Reiki, the same kind of thing, because it's just about energy, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Perfect. So how do you think that could be helpful preventing cognitive decline?
So one of the things that impacts so many things in our lives, whether it's current dysfunction and disease or going forward with our memory and our brain health, is our nervous system functioning. Right. So if we can calm ourselves, and I think on the last one you were talking with someone and you were discussing, or maybe it's in your daily thing, I think, the sympathetic, parasympathetic systems, the fight or flight, and the rest and digest. Right. So if we are always in that fight or flight mode, then, nothing works effectively. We build up all these toxins and tension and the energy blockages and all of that kind of stuff, which do not help us staying healthy as we go forward, right? So if we can clear those channels, it helps our nervous system. Plus, we free up that system, almost like giving it more to work with, because it's not spending so much time being blocked and trying to run into the wall when it's trying to function.
Feels so good when you stop banging your head against the wall. Yeah. Exactly. Okay, you promised a demonstration, so can you guide us through a tapping? I'll be going along with you here.
You bet. So, doing it in a group format when you don't have the one-on-one, if you're doing this with a practitioner or someone like me or someone, anybody, you can really dive deep and get a lot of movement in some stuff that's maybe underlying. But for doing it, just for ourselves, for stress management and that kind of thing, just picking something kind of global for everyone right now. You can always tweak this on your own. If you want to change so we'll do what's called a setup statement, which is kind of directs how we're going to do it. And so you can always change that. And then you can, and just kind of go with whatever comes for you, which will make more sense as we go. But okay. So I will just choose, so that everyone can tap along. I'll just say, let's say just stress, because there's plenty of that to do. So everywhere. The point will be stress, but you can change that out later with a headache or low back pain or, struggles with, whatever, anxiety, whatever it is, you can just replace that with what that is. So today we'll just do stress, because a lot of people have that right now, and it's kind of a general thing. Right. So again, you can always change that. And so what we'll do is I will just say something out loud as I'm tapping, and then you repeat it back. So when people, if you're by yourself and you feel comfortable, you can say it out loud. If that doesn't work, again, you can just say it quietly. And if you're somewhere where you can't actually, you don't want anybody to be looking, if you're Starbucks right now or something like that, then imagine that you are tapping as we go along and really follow. Part of the beauty of this is actually, which I learned in my schooling, my training, is that just tapping along with someone else's issue, if you just listen to what they're saying and you just tap along, even if it's not your issue, when you're done, you feel better just having done that. So just going through the process energetically is good. So yeah, so I'll just kind of explain some stuff, present things, and then you just kind of follow what I do. So it's really simple. So the points, I guess I'll run through those real quick. We have the meaty part of the hands. So we can tap those together this way, and those are called the karate chop point. Right. Or if you prefer, you can just do one hand to the other. So you can just do one. And different people have different views. You can do one-sided everything or two-sided. Some people think two-sided is more powerful. Again, it's all energy, whatever's comfortable for you. So this is our setup statement. Then we'll just have the top of the head. We'll have the corners of the eyebrows, like right where they come, would come together. And we have and we have the corners of our eyes. So not like way out on the temple, but actually right near our eyes. We have underneath the eyes, under the nose, under the lips, and then we have, like, if you find your collarbones, and then just let your fingers drop to a comfortable spot right below that where it's kind of soft. So we have that point. And then this is the chicken one, right underneath your armpits, about 4 finger widths down from the armpits. We have that. So you can do just one if that's more comfortable. You can do these, or then some people like to do them this way, so it's like chicken. Yeah.
I learned that from Donna Eden. She always cracks me up when I watch her do that.
And then to simplify all of the points that are in the hands and stuff, they also run through the wrists, of course, as they come through. So across the wrists here is good. So if you turn your hands, rotate, put them up together, and then rotate around each other.
Ah.
You can tap
Ah,
on both wrists at the same time. If that's
okay.
not comfortable, just tap
Gotcha.
with one. That's fine too. Whatever works for you.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you can turn it away and tap both. So those are the points that we'll be using today.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and get started.
Perfect.
So we're going to use stress. So what we'll do is we're going to say a setup statement 3 times. So we're going to tap here or this way, whatever works better. So we're going to say, even though I have this stress, and go ahead and repeat that back.
Even though I have this stress.
And I'm really tired of it.
I
love and accept myself anyway.
Accept myself anyway.
Even though I have this annoying stress.
Even though I have this annoying stress.
And it sometimes seems like it's never going to go away.
It sometimes seems like it's never going to go away.
I love and accept myself deeply.
Love and accept myself deeply.
Even though I have this intense stress.
Even though I have this intense stress.
I love myself and I'm open to this changing.
I love myself and I'm open to this changing.
Okay, so we'll go through about 3 different kind of cycles. So we'll start at the head. This stress.
This stress.
Stress never feels good.
Stress never feels good.
I can feel the stress in my body.
The stress in my body.
It really doesn't feel good.
It really doesn't feel good.
The stress really gets in my way.
The stress gets in my way.
It makes it more difficult for me to do the things I want to do.
Difficult for me to do the things I want to do.
I don't like feeling all that tightness in my body.
I don't like feeling all that tightness in my body.
I know the stress isn't helpful for me.
I know the stress isn't helpful for me.
And then the wrists. Tired of this stress.
I'm tired of this stress.
What if I could get rid of this stress?
I could get rid of this stress.
What if I could just let everything go?
If I could just let everything go.
The stress isn't serving me.
The stress isn't serving me.
It might slow me down, but other than that, it just doesn't help.
It might slow me down, but it doesn't help.
I'd really like to have a life with no stress.
I'd really like to have a life with no stress.
Tired of this stress and I want it to go away.
I'm tired of this stress and I want it to go away.
Wouldn't it be great if I just felt peaceful?
Wouldn't it be great if I just felt peaceful?
I sure would like to be able to feel peaceful.
I sure would like to be able to feel peaceful.
I like the idea of being able to be at peace and let the stress go.
I like the idea of being able to feel at peace and let the stress go.
I know that it's in my best interest to let go of the stress.
I know that it's in my best interest to let go of the stress.
I have a lot of tools that I can use.
I have a lot of tools that I can use
to handle things
in life.
I choose to let go of stress.
Choose to let go of the stress.
And cope with things in a healthy way.
And cope with things in a healthy way.
I choose to let go of the stress.
I choose to let go of the stress.
And feel more at peace. It feels so much better to feel peaceful than stressful.
It feels so much better to feel peaceful than stressful.
I allow positive energy into my body.
I allow positive energy into my body.
And let everything that doesn't serve to go.
And let everything that doesn't serve to go.
I give myself permission
I give myself permission
to let go of everything that's blocking me.
to let go of everything that's blocking me.
I give myself permission to feel at peace.
I give myself permission to feel at peace.
When I feel at peace, I can breathe so much more deeply.
When I feel at peace, I can breathe so much more deeply.
I choose this feeling of peace.
I choose this feeling of peace.
And then just take a nice deep breath.
That was beautiful. So you set it up. Right. Yeah, I understand. Because we only have like 20 minutes or so, but we set up the issue. You put the transition and then the final result. That's perfect. I love that. It's so helpful. And the reason I went off camera is because my power was going on my computer and I didn't want to lose us. Yeah. But I didn't even worry about it. It's like right in the middle of all that stress, and no problem at all. Plug it in.
Yeah. So like I said, that was the speed version. Sure. So typically, if you're doing it on your own, as you do the actual focus on what's not working, the stress or the pain or whatever, you might want to do 2 full rounds of that, maybe even 3, and really focus on where you're feeling that in the body, what that tension is like, the other emotions that are coming up about it, the frustration or the worry or the, whatever it is. Really let that, a lot of times, one of the things that people will say is like, I try to be positive all the time. I don't want to focus on what's not working, which totally makes sense. But in this particular technique, the idea is that we're not focusing on it. We're just identifying it. So that's the setup of the first couple rounds of what's not working. So we're saying, hey, I'm aware of this. I'm making my body aware of this, recognizing that there's some blockages in here, and therefore, I can create this shift. So we're not going to like reinforce that just by right.
And Tammy, we're gonna have to quit. I'm sorry, but I want to have the time so that people can reach out to you if they want help with tapping or anything else, because your main purpose is to help highly sensitive people deal with the world. And anybody who's watching this, please reach out to Tammy. She knows of what she speaks. So Tammy, let us know how we can reach out to you. I'll post it in the comments as well, but how can we find you?
Yeah, so my website is lifescape-wellness.com. All of my social media, everything is available on Linktree. So if you're familiar with Linktree, it's linktr.ee and then / and then just my name. So TAMMYGOEN. You'll have that in the link.
I'll put those links in.
Facebook and LinkedIn and all that kind of stuff on there. But that's my website.
Yeah. That's brilliant. A great way to have it all in one-stop shopping to find Tammy. Coming up next week here on The Brain Health Matters is Alexandra Sitch, and she'll be sharing how our connections with animals can help us protect our health and our brains. And another cool thing coming up next week, I'm holding a webinar that will help dispel the 3 most powerful myths about brain health, and what you learn really could change your life, because when we dispel those myths, we take control. Thank you so much, Tammy. I really appreciate your being on, and I'll put your links in the comments here. And that's it, everybody. Have a great week. Thanks, Tammy.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.